Welcome back everyone to the weekly comic scoop. I'll be reviewing my highlights for the new releases of February 9th, 2022, and this is actually going to be my biggest video yet. Real nice haul this week, a lot of great stories and variant covers to show, and even trade. But we're going to segue right here into the spotlight of the month, the 10 Deaths of Wolverine, number 2. Now, as I've said before, this story has been really great. I love it. I love it so much. Each week when each rotating issue comes out, I just love it even more. And just want to say real quick, this past weekend, I got to meet the writer of this series and Wolverine and X-Force, Benjamin Percy himself. He was doing a signing at Third Eye Comics. I actually got him to sign my first issues of 10 Lives, the Momoko variant, and 10 Deaths. Real excited about that. Was real happy to pick his brain a bit. And we talked a little bit about this story. I told him how excited I was to see Moira in this, picking off from the ending of the Inferno miniseries. And something that was fun about this standard cover that he told me is when promoting this series, they had to actually black out Moira's image from here. So it was just the claws of Wolverine with Mystique in the background and silhouettes there, because they did not want to spoil that Moira was going to be in this story and that it was going to be a continuation of the Inferno storyline. So that was really a cool thing to find out. I had also picked up the Peach Momoko variant cover for this. As I said before, Peach Momoko is my favorite artist, so I try to collect all the things that she puts out. This story was really cool. So we got Moira on the run, and she figures out that there's a tracker on her new arm, and cuts it right off, actually. Yeah, talking with James Foster, figures out that there's a tracer on her arm, but by then Mystique has already been led to the hotel she's staying at, and Moira actually gets the jump on her and sets a trap. Now, while this is going on, so big spoiler, by the way, when I reviewed the 10 Deaths of Wolverine number 1, I left out the final detail of a character that appeared at the end, which, apologies for those that aren't keeping up, but we have moved on to the next issue. So now, that spoiler is a second Wolverine, who... Oh, yeah, there's the scene where she cuts off her hand. But yeah, second Wolverine, who is on the hunt for Moira. And he's, like, I mean, Wolverine is Wolverine, but this version is really badass. He's just going around murdering all these people. He's Wolverine in his prime killing spree, basically. And so he goes to the scene of this hotel that Moira led Mystique to and blew her up. And like, this is just so great. Wolverine just waltzes right in there, straight into the fire, not giving any minds. You can even see like his skull there as his skin is burning off, but he has a healing factor, so that matters not to him. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this is gonna go. I have very little hope for Moira, especially now that there's a Wolverine going after him. And yeah, this is gonna be really cool. Yes, variant cover, as I said, Peach Momoko, standard cover, done by Adam Kuber and Frank Martin. And kudos to those artists for being flexible and doing what they could to keep the secret of Moira by blurring out the image of her. So that's our first one. And speaking of Momoko covers, I had picked up this week's New Mutant Knights 24, the variant cover done by Peach Momoko. I follow her on Facebook, and months ago she had shared this image. I've been eagerly waiting for when this was going to come out. We have the X character Mirage right here, who was the main character in the extremely disappointing and well over-anticipated New Mutants movie that came out in 2022. She's the star of that movie, and whatever. It's an X-Men movie. But anyway, that's her right here on the front, and just real nice artwork there. I love the watercolors that Peach does. Next issue of the week is Moon Knight, number 8. Moon Knight has been fantastic, and as a real big Moon Knight fan, I have to say that this is my absolute favorite series so far that they've ever done. We got Hunter's Moon on the cover right here, and it's a Devil's Reign tie-in. Now, I'll talk about Devil's Reign in a little bit, but I got that one, and because I have my friend Marcus following it with me, I also picked him up the variant cover done by Todd Knott, and this is one of the X-Gwen variants with her as Cyclops. It's a fun cover right there. Now, Moon Knight, this has been really cool. So, in Devil's Reign, in the first issue, they show a clip of different heroes being arrested because not the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, who's the mayor of New York, has outlawed superheroes. Kind of like a baby version of Civil War, which is kind of why I haven't been keeping up with it that much, but the more I look into it, the more interested I am now. So in this issue, Moon Knight has, he's indisposed, as Hunter's Moon states, but from the events of Devil's Reign 1 and allegedly in the Moon Knight tie-in of Devil's Reign, which comes out in March, Moon Knight is in prison right now with some of the other heroes. So Hunter's Moon has taken over the mantle temporarily, like a little substitute of the Midnight Mission, and he's visited and given light to a character named Stained Glass Scarlet, or Scarlet Fastenera. Now, quick little thing about Scarlet here. She is a returning character from the original Moon Knight series. She actually first appeared in Moon Knight issue 14, which, from reading that one, I feel like that issue was made especially because of the John Lennon shooting. At the end of issue 13, they say the name of a different issue that's supposed to come out, and issue 14 came out in December of 1980, which was the month and year that John Lennon died. They give a nice little nod to his death, and the whole theme of that story is the consequences of gun use. Now, Hunter's Moon is seeking out the mystery of Stained Glass Scarlet because she's been dead for a few years now. But there's some kind of Candyman-esque type things where you draw her sigil on the wall, light a candle, and if you ask her to get rid of your enemies, she comes to life and gets rid of them. And she has now become something of a god. And the Fists of Khonshu know all about gods. There's a real great image right here. Hold on. Yeah, this one. It's the new form of Stained Glass Scarlet. Basically, she explains how she is now more than a story that has taken life and has these new abilities. And she has her eyes set on Hunter's Moon since he is here in the way. But Hunter's Moon is a devout disciple of Khonshu. So he, in this real great spread, brings forth his god to face a new one. As he states, I was confronted with a new god, and so only an ancient god could defeat her. Yeah, this one was real cool. Definitely, I guess what we consider a filler issue, but I loved it. It was fantastic. Now, focus on my Spawn image right here because we're going to go into the Scorched issue 2, which is part of the Spawn universe. We have the Redeemer right there on the front. Now, the Scorch is something like a Suicide Squad version of the Spawn world, and the team members are Lady Spawn, Medieval Spawn, Redeemer, and Gunslinger Spawn. Now, they're on this mission to... Give me one moment. On this mission to fight against a section of the Kremlin led by Colonel Khrushchev. And in this, so the bad guys have captured Plague Spawn, who I guess is the real threat of the series. But this colonel has taken a bit of Plague Spawn's symbiote, and he has become, I guess, another Plague Spawn. Is over here getting the upper hand on the entire team. So Al Simmons, original Spawn himself, finally decides that enough is enough and he has to come in and help them out. It's a real cool issue. I'm really enjoying everything that the Spawn universe is doing right now. And I'm excited to see some more Scorched. Alright, Darth Vader, issue 20. Now, this is a tie-in to Crimson Reign. This is a variant cover I got done by Raphael Ienco. I really love the glare of red from the lightsaber there. Now, Crimson Reign, I believe it did issue 2 last week, where Kira of Crimson Dawn has united all the syndicates of the galaxy and has basically incited war between them after uniting them to kind of bring down the Empire. And curious thing in this one, we have Sabi, who was one of the handmaidens of Padme, and she recruits Vader's old droid to bring him down. And in their unity, she has learned that she bore a child, at the least they know of a son, whose father was Anakin Skywalker. Now, of course, no one knows that Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are the same character. And she is very curious to figure out what is Vader's obsession with this child. Now, we go to the Empire, and bounty hunter Ochi, who is actually working for Crimson Dawn, has given Vader this list of different conspirators within the Empire who are part of this Crimson Reign. And Vader just goes and slaughters like every single name that's pointed out. No hesitation. But he's not the only one that is working as a double agent. So there's this character who is referred to as Sub-Administrator Moore, and I'm pretty sure she is the bounty hunter Deathstick, who is also working for Crimson Dawn. She is a Night Sister, just like Ventress, who is the last of her breed, and she definitely wants vengeance. By the end of this issue, Vader and the Emperor Palpatine himself both realize that the list was a farce, and someone is messing with them. Good luck, Ochi. Alright, so we're going to move on to a couple AWA Upshot comics. This is Hotel, Volume 2, Issue 3. Hotel's been really great. Each issue is a different anthology, or it's an anthology series. Each issue is a different story, horror story, that takes place at this hotel. Now this one's a little different. We started off following this biker gang that was heavily involved in the previous issue. The last series wasn't like that. But then we segue into this artist who has been looking for some new inspiration, and so he's traveling the country, and he's currently staying at this hotel. He does a little drawing of Piotr, the hotel's mascot, I guess, or there's the painting that's hanging there. And big mistake, pays too much attention looking at this, making his little drawing. Then he realizes the painting has changed. The owner of the hotel tells him that spending too much time looking at this painting can alter reality. Now, this artist has developed a new ability where his art is completely different. He looks at this tree, draws this scramble. He looks at these flowers, draws them like that. Everything in his drawing is becoming different. That's that chair that's over here. Doesn't really know what's going on, and he hates it at first and then realizes he has new material now. He's doing something different. Now, a real cool part here is we get to meet Muriel, who is from the first series of Hotel in issue 2, which I got right here. Now, quick cool thing about her story is her husband takes her to this hotel and ends up murdering her. Poisons her, chops her up into little pieces, shoves her in a little suitcase there, and takes her to this enchanting rainbow lake that they found outside of the hotel. Alright, all said and done, she's gone. Well, the next thing you know, after he's doing his thing, there she is, once again, still alive. So, gets an axe and brutally massacres her. He definitely makes sure she is dead. But that is still not enough. She's back and ends up killing her husband. So here she is, still at the hotel. She briefly mentions that she checked in with her husband, but he has moved on. And they get a little friendly. This guy mentions that he's an artist, so she has to be painted. And he draws this really bizarre drawing of her. She does not like it. But little do either of them know is his drawings are altering reality. That's the tree that he tried to draw earlier. You can see that little chair all warped. So he goes to check on Muriel, and she has become the drawing. Yeah, this one was really cool. It gets a lot more crazy from there. We get to interact with someone from the previous issue. I'll leave it at that. Next one from AWA Upshot is The Fourth Man, and I've been really loving this series. So it's about two rival car dealerships that I guess the two owners are trying to put out a hit on each other. This one's really cool, done by Jeff McComsey and Mike Deodato Jr., who is a real great artist. Done a lot of really beautiful stuff, including Spider-Man. He's done the Dark Avengers when I was reading that, and a really neat thing by Dark Horse, Berserker Unbound. And the art in this is really beautiful. But before I go into there, what's really cool about this is they do it in the style of a movie. And with the art, it's just fantastic. We have actual actors that are in here. In the previous issue, James Caan was there, Paul Giamatti, was the first man found dead, and he's here again. See the likeness in there. So basically, there's 4 dead bodies, 2 detectives trying to investigate what's the connection, and we have this bail bondsman here who took me all issue to put my finger on it, but I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Bill Paxton. Pretty sure. And one of the detectives is Harvey Ketty, who is the Wolf or Mr. White. And that's another guy who I definitely know I've seen many times before. I just can't figure out from where or his name to save my life. But yeah, this one's been pretty cool. This issue specifically, Paul's character has hired this Bill bondsman to assassinate the rival car dealership, and this guy, Bill Paxton, basically, he doesn't have the stomach to do it himself, so he hires this guy, who I'm pretty sure is supposed to be Ethan Suplee, aka my most favorite bully from Boy Meets World. And definitely nothing goes to plan in this, and I'm really excited to see how the story's going to unfold. Definitely check this out, 100%. Fourth Man. Next one on the list is Secret X-Men. It's a one-shot. Now, this mix-match crew of mutants are all the characters who were led to join the Hellfire Gala, which was a event in X-Men that led to the newest member of the X-Men, Polaris. The Lady of Magnetism was chosen to be the new member of X-Men, and these were all the runner-ups that did not make the cut. Now, they have formed together to create their own version of the X-Men, and they're kind of on a double mission. The character, what is her name? Lady Deathbird, or Deathbird, I believe is her name. She's from the Shi'ar, has brought them together to protect the Empress Xandra, and at the same time, the other Shi'ar have requested their help to locate where is Xandra. So they're on this mission to basically, from 2 different people, do the same thing. But with the other Shi'ar, they think Deathbird is a villain. And there's a real cool part in this that I really enjoyed. First, admire their really cool suits. But they get to this point where, there's a door that won't open up unless you have the magic password. And of course, they have all these great characters here, but no psychics, and it's a psychic sensitive door, so they have to create a password. And there's this really neat interactive page to help you create the password, where they have these different words. You're supposed to like scramble them around to find the right word, and depending on what letter is in the circles, that would give you your password. I thought that was a really neat touch. Definitely a fun story. Next up is King of Spies, issue 3, done by Image Comics. King of Spies has been awesome, like a John Wick meets James Bond, with character Roland trying to make amends for the wrong he has done. I really love this cover. You have Roland there facing off with his son Vincent, who is working against him, figure out where he is, and we have this assassin duo team who is really fun. You know, this lady, she doesn't have any arms, the guy that has no legs, so together basically they're one person, and I really enjoy he's holding this drink and got the straw going all the way up to her mouth. Yeah, this has been real cool, real fantastic art done by Matteo Scalera, and the colors with Giovanni Nero. Great example of this fantastic team. It's this panel right here. Roland has taken the form of Pope into the middle of the woods, and it's just, I love the silhouette of the leaves from the trees right on there. And this part's just really great. He takes this Pope and leaves him in the woods with all the victims and parents of victims that his priests have wronged over the years, and lets them do what they feel they must, which ends up him being crucified. It's been great. This issue, Roland murders well, I'm not going to say murders, but kills this movie producer who's known for raping by having a bomb go up his urethra. And I really enjoyed this part where his kill count is just off the charts. In the last week alone, he's murdered the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, 20 senior Saudis, and fed a Russian billionaire to a polar bear. Yeah, Roland is he's real awesome, real badass. This one is real great. Love the high, intense chase scene where Vincent and these assassins are trying to get Roland, and they're actually getting the upper hand on him. Roland feels like he might be having a seizure while they're chasing him, and I don't know, they might have caught him. Have to see what's going to happen next week, or next month. Alright, here's a new one that came out by Ablaze Comics. This is Life Zero. I love zombie stories, so give me a good zombie story, I'm totally in. Absolutely love this variant cover done right here. If the contrast there, you can tell that they're in motion. And this story is really cool. Art done by Mark Giacchetto, who was part of the Young Guns program. I got this one from X-Men #1. That's how I found Peach Momoko, actually. And yeah, it's real cool. Do a lot of world building here. And I'm about to be running out of time here, so I'm actually going to stop this and see if I can start up a second video to finish off my last few. Gang, welcome back. Sorry about that. I did not realize I had a time limit on my recording here. But I only have a couple things left, and I definitely wanted to share this. So speaking of Devil's Reign, this is the X-Gwen variant cover for Devil's Reign, featuring Gwen as Psylocke. Psylocke is one of my favorite mutants from the X-Men universe, and I am so excited for this one. It's real great with the purple, and yeah, I'm just really excited to add this to my Psylocke collection. I have all kinds of variant covers featuring Psylocke. There's even a Peach Momoko cover that's supposed to come out sometime in the future featuring Psylocke, and I'm very excited for that one. This one's probably my most favorite. And then one of the Hellfire Gals. Yeah, that one's really cool. And then the final one is a trade that I picked up. This is by Dark Horse Comics, Children of the Woods. Now, I completely missed this one, I guess. Like, if it had a release as single issues, I never saw it coming, but I saw this cover, and I was about to take a picture to save it for next time, and I just had to get it. Like, it's gorgeous. I'm a sucker for horror comics, and just, like, the art in here is real fantastic. So, let me see. And there's, like, some monsters in here. Really love that. That was like one of the pages I just looked at, and yeah, I had to get this. So really excited to crack into this and see what it's going to be like. Anyway, thank you all for listening to my video. Thanks for watching. Sorry this one was especially long, but also I'm excited that there were so many great things. I don't think I had enough time in this comic earlier to really like show you anything. Yeah, this art's really great though. there was a page in here I especially wanted to show you all. Yeah, this one. But anyway, thanks for viewing. Keep on reading, guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Any questions you have, I would love to respond to. And talk to you all next week.